YouTube, what it do, man? What it do, loved ones? You know the motto if you can. After the story, go over there, hit me with the like, which is the thumbs up, and that'll let me know I'm kicking my stuff. The young homeboy asked me, he said, homie, you got any stories of any chunky crips, fat crips, where you had altercations or the homies had altercations with any? And if so, can you kick something about it? So this is one story I can recall, homie. And I get his chunky fat crip his props, homie. He was down and he was active, homie. And this particular time, homie, we like on the east side, homie. We on the east side. We just finished caravanning from messing with some other Damus, I think maybe coming up out of Swan Hood, homie. And at these particular years, homie, in these early 90s, homie, the homies from my turf and Goodwood neighborhood, Piru, we was known to kind of jump out damn near in any spot and try to bring some funk. Even if we couldn't handle it, we was going to bring it, homie. Far as with going against the blue team at that time in the early 90s, homie. So like I said, this particular time, we caravanning, homie. And my turf, like I said, we was known for the caravanning and with the jump out activities, homie. So, we had crews, homie. It might have been me, a Lil Coco, a Big GSD, a LSD, a Lil Bugsy, a Lil Dulo, a G Stroll, a Q Ball. It just, just to throw up a few names, homie. The homie EK Capone, you know what I'm saying? PIP. You know what I'm saying? We just had crews of homies, homie, that was just down with the smoke, homie. So anyway, like I said, we commuting from the east side, from the Swans hanging out, homie. And we a few carloads kind of thick, homie, and we pushing from the Swans. And so we see it at, in our route of ride, homie, we notice we coming up on somebody wearing a lot of blue, homie, looking chunky and, fat, homie, but banged out in blue. So as we pushing and getting a little closer, we notice this fat nigga got a curl, but he got it in ponytail, so it's like little Jerry curl ponytails, real chocolate, nigga. Chunky blue sweatshirt, khakis, and blue chucks, nigga blued up like a real crip, homie. And so the nigga coming from like by a store, homie, and niggas notice this nigga eating like some chips and shit, homie. Nigga hand full and his hands is full at his mouth. So we pull up damn near like one time, homie. When we pull up damn near like one time, homie. And we kind of like all on the side of this fool, and niggas is dissing and everything, homie. But you gotta remember, homie, when you a certain weight and you banging or you doing something or committing crime, a nigga not just so swift and fast on his feet. Like if you pull up on a regular size motherfucker, he'll have action to break if he got to. So as we on the side of this fool, homie, and we gang tone them, nigga, this bloods, nigga, we dissing everything, nigga, fuck you, nigga, whoopty whoopty whoop. My nigga, he got his chip bag, then closed his chip bag, and he putting the top on the soda, and he looking at us. So the homie's like, nigga, what's up? So I remember the nigga dropped the C on us. He dropped the C on us. So we still dissing. So homies, we young, we all looking. Niggas like, blood, y'all want to get this nigga? Homies like, fuck it, what's happening? So we jump out the car, homie. As the homies jumping out the car, we approaching the nigga. So now he got like a little stunned look on his face trying to mob. So, everybody, turf, this ain't nothing new when I'm saying every turf was doing it. You had trips rolling through blood hoods, jumping out, mixing homies. And you had homies, like I'm telling this story, that'll be commuting and ride through different rip hoods. And might jump out and serve them, homie. So like I say, we niggas all come together. We finna set trip, homie. So one homie push up on the rip dude, homie, and diss and get off on Fat Rip. Bam! Fat Rip kind of like try to turn around and like throw a jab, and he drops all his shit, try to throw a jab. Nigga, we get to packing up on it. Bam, bam. Homie's firing and shit. So he trying to get off, but he against the wall. He trying to get off. We trying to throw the mixtations down on this nigga. So during these mixtations, you will have homies in the car just waiting for everybody to do their thing and get back in the car. So we putting the Mix Tyson down on this nigga, homie. Bam, bam. Nigga, this Bloods, nigga. And he woofing. Nigga, this Crip. And he trying to get off, homie. I remember the nigga little curl kind of shaking. He getting off. But we serving him. The homie done bust his mouth. We serving him. We pulling his clothes, homie. We trying to get his big ass on the ground. But niggas can get to stomping him and trying to get at him, homie. So in the midst of all this, like I said, we trying to fade the nigga. He trying to get down, homie. And homies is diving on this nigga, trying to mix this nigga. He shuffled from where the wall was at on that strip to where it was some houses at with them white picket fences that be in the front of it, homie. So homies is getting off on this nigga still, homie. And homies is breaking them down. So the nigga go against the gate like a big ass wrestler against the ring ropes, homie. He go against the gate, but he don't crack it all the way down. We hear it break. So now, nigga, we got an advantage level on this dude, homie. So now we smashing them. This blood. So like I say, it be homies in the car, just spectating, watching, seeing the festivity, looking around, making sure nobody else pulls up in that community or something, or just to be looking out in case somebody come out and want to call the law back then, or just screaming for the help or stop what we doing. So now the homie, as we on this nigga, we noticed the chunky nigga cringing, like, balling up, homie. So homies we thinking we breaking them down. So within this cringing, homie, we not even knowing. This fat nigga, he going like this fat nigga he done dug up in his stomach, up in his pants, up in his stomach. And he come out with something, but by us being so much in the mix of the get down, we hear the homie like, blood, watch out. That's how we talking back then. Blood, watch out. So niggas kind of get to looking around like this. The fat homie then came up out his pants, homie. The fat rip homie then came up out his pants that we was mixing on with a chrome deuce 5 with a black handle, homie, and got to knocking at us, homie. Baka, 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 baka. Homies then broke back. Now we got cars right there. One of our cars get like 2 bullets in it, homie. So in the mix of us ducking and retreating and getting in the car, laughing and getting on, even though we was playing with our life, laughing, getting on, we later got to the hood and was clowning. And this happened in every hood, homie. If you catch just some Crips catch some Bloods, or some Bloods catch some Crips slipping, and we stood our grounds, whether we was Cripping or Blooding, we'd still be later on in our turf and pay homage and respect to the ones we probably jumped out on, homie. And so we was later on laughing and clowning, and we was like, homie, that fool was a fat down rip, homie. We squabbled him out, homie. And the fool we telling the story and laughing to the other homie, said the fat fool had a deuce 5 stashed up under his stomach and his pants and drawers or whatever. And we was telling how the fool came out popping after we mixed the fool, homie. But 89 on up, G stuff, not Ye stuff. And that's just a story of a fat down rip that we encountered, homie, in the early 90s banging, homie, that stood his grounds with this gangster stuff. So to answer the young homeboy question, yeah, you had fat homies that was banged out with the business, with the capping and popping, and you had fat Crips, homie, that was banged out with the popping and squabbling, homie. And saying fat, I'm not disrespecting like that. I'm just, giving the scenario of what it is, banging, homie, just telling the truth on what it is, banging on the categories and shapes of dudes that represented these LA street cultures, homie. 89 on up, G stuff, not Ye stuff. And I'm just sending it, homie. I'm out.